Tēnā koutou, aku tauira. In this video lesson, we're going to introduce Achievement Standard 2.13 simulations, which is a 2-credit internal, and it's only going to be 2 or 3 weeks as it's only 2 or 3 credits. So what we're going to talk about now, introduction. We're going to be using simulations to solve probability problems when it's difficult to calculate the answer theoretically. Now, you may be asked to calculate the long-run frequency of an event happening, the average number of times needed to carry out a trial until a certain condition is met. Now, there's going to be a simulation tool that you will use to match the situation. You could use coins, dice, spinners, random number tables, but my choice is going to be a random number generator on a calculator. There's going to be a button on your calculator, RAN, and then the hashtag, and that button is going to produce a random number from 0 to almost 1. Actually, 0 to 1. You can even adjust it to make the numbers whatever you need them to be. And it's possible to use those random numbers generated directly, or you can tailor it to the specific problem. And if you've got one of the graphics calculators, the Casio FX9750, there are the keystrokes to get that done. Even if you've only got one of the scientifics, it'll do the trick, okay? You could even use a random number generator online. Now, here's a little bit of notes and examples. Let's say we've got a situation where there's a 14% chance of success. Well, what that means is, if we're talking about a percentage, that of course means out of 100. So we're looking at the numbers from 1 all the way up to 100. Well, the numbers 1 to 14 are going to represent a success, but the rest of the numbers, 15 to 100, would represent a failure in this simulation. And you would keep pushing equals until you get the amount of numbers that you need, but that's going to be what we're going to work on today, including these are the pieces needed for a simulation internal, TTRCA. Tool. You've got to state what tool you're going to use. My recommendation is going to be the random number generator. Today we're going to talk about the trial and the results, as well as calculation and answer, by going into our first problem here, the 3-child family. All right, this is going to be our mahi kura today. What's the probability that a 3-child family will contain exactly 2 boys and 1 girl? And you should assume that a boy or girl is equally likely to be born. So please have a think about what random numbers we might use to simulate this experience. And we'll talk about that at kura when we get together next. Thanks for watching. Maori mahi, Maori ora, ka kite ano.